for others. But for me, that's a lot going on. I don't want to be boo scoot boogieing. That is not something that is of a particular interest to me. To me. Again, to me. To me. To me. To That's to me. I said, yes, both of you should. And that's just me. Oh, let me post this for the people to the Patreon. But I don't, especially when it comes to like fashion, here's the key. Fashion and style are two different things. Okay? Fashion and style are two different things. They're two different things, John. You can, for certain, go into Neiman Marcus or go into Gucci, Givenchy, honey. You could get all of these wonderful things. Hey, Lilo. And it looks ugly. It's ugly because there's no style to that. It's no style. And I wish the children would invest more money into the style building. Okay? I feel like I'm missing. Oh, my watch. Hold on. I want the children to develop style. Learn how to put some clothes together. Okay? Because some of the people, I'm sorry for that noise, clearly doing yard work out there. Because there's been some things. I remember I went into the Chanel store and I seen these old Hillary Clinton ass clothes. I was like, what is this? What is this, y'all? What is this with these Hillary Clinton ass clothes? I said, this is a very Hillary Clinton. This is real Hillary Clinton. Say, nah, that's all right. I love the yellow. Thank you. Because what is this? Style. You got to have style. You can't really see my pants, but I have a burnt. No, I don't. I have it to wear today. Some orange, burnt orange pants. Not really burnt orange, some more orange. Because what am I tying in? My beads. But you see the color palette? We got the yellow in and with the color that is a warmer. So like the outfit warms itself into the orange, the darker orange, and then my complexion is brown. So now we have a nice ombre of color happening here. That's how you have to do the things. Okay? And then let me put this on. That's how you build fashion. Excuse me, style. Okay. I know some people see me and they're like, Darcy, you always. No. I'm telling you. I normally dress up and I have this feeling, this vibe going on in the dressed up experience. But in the when I'm on the go, I'm normally in like streetwear, hoodie, snapback, joggers, sneakers. All right, that's normally my on the go. I got a very athletic streetwear on the go. Okay. So, so guys, we have readings today, and these readings will be question based. So, you can ask your question to get insight on the particular area that you need to. And I have tarot on here because I know that a lot of people like to see the cards. They like getting messages through cards and things like that. But I also be channeling the whole time. So that part. Just wake up my cards real quick. Hello, happy summer solstice. Yes, it is the summer it is the summer solstice. Um Hold on. I'm finna scroll back. Y'all in the Patreon, scroll back and look at that astrology video. Look back at your notes. That post about the important dates for this month. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. 92 degrees out today. Ooh, child. Well, I'm in Texas, and I'm in San Antonio, so we real hot. So I'm used to that burn, baby, burn, disco inferno. Mm-hmm. Okay, so first I have Marissa on the list. If you would like to get on the list, get up on that thing until you feel better. Marissa, hey Mickey. So if y'all want to get on the list, y'all know what to do. Y'all know how that list do. So you want to go ahead and get on their stat about my job outlook, as to say the job that you're currently at, and will that be a good fit for you? Just clarify that a little bit for me. You looking damn good, looking like a sunflower. And you know what? And I am. And I received that. Hold on. Gotta get my water jug. Okay, I got you. But first, lotion. Deja says some classes on Patreon are locked for me. Will they be unlocked? Did you switch to the So when I put for there to be that one tier, I wonder if those classes are not open to that tier. Okay, let me explore that, Deja. Are you in the $8.88 tier? That's the one everybody should have moved to. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I need to moisturize. Like I said, last thing it's gonna be is, oh Lord, he sure is ashy. Hi Braxton, bye Braxton. I'm in the inner light tier. Yeah, so I made a posting telling everyone to join one particular tier because I'm going to be phasing out the other tiers. Yes, your inner light. Yeah, that's the tier. Lord. But I can't delete tiers if people are still in there. So I need to move. All right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get started with Marissa first. Marissa, the focus is for the job outlook. All right. Let me say my prayer and we'll begin, Marissa. All right, divine source, divine spirit. Spirit into my energy. All right, I call into the space my ancestors. All the energies that are connecting me that's working for my highest good spirit. Pray that there be a hedge of protection placed around me as I dive into the spirit today. To get the information that is necessary for the growth and the expansion of the collective or for the individual. Spirit, clear from forth me anything that may be operating as a psychic debris for me. Okay. All right, Marissa. So let's look into the job space. Now I'm having issue with some PTO I've taken for August. Yeah, let's see what's going on here in the energy of the career. Excuse me, of the job. When you did the working, where did you place the working? Did you not place it near the front door? Where'd you place the working? It was on my ancestor altar. It was a candle. And where's your altar located? Oh, okay. So it is in the front of the house. Okay. But is it by the door? Is it by your front door? I'm saying that because there's something that's needing to be done to the entryway of the home. It feels like there's like some blockage, some stagnant energy there in the entryway. And so it's like there's a blockage in bringing abundance and things into your life or into the home. Okay. So I definitely think, and in the Patreon, we just actually talked about this. This was just a part of the weekly reading where I said you must, let me see, where I talked about the need to cleanse and then do protection work on the entryways. Okay. So there's a blockage there at the front door. I also, side note, I also talked about in the weekly reading caution on the road. And I have already received several confirmations of people having car issues and being in car wrecks. So please, y'all, go pray and anoint your vehicle. Okay. And all of that, do all that, do all the things. Okay. So yeah, you need to do a cleansing of the entryway to the home. All right. So you can do you just do like a wash, a road opener wash, or a blockbuster wash, but there's a blockage that's in the entryway of the home. Okay, so you got to cleanse that. All right, and that's gonna help with the flow of abundance um, in your house. Okay. Um, if you want to learn more about how to do that, I would suggest book a root work consultation. And so in that consultation, I'll give you the full rundown of all the ways that you can do that. And also if you need some additional abundance work done, okay, what to do. But let me get some clarity as it pertains to the working that you did. Spirit, could you please give me some clarity as to the energy of the job? Yeah, so we got the Six of Swords upright, which is talking about transition and movement and a need to move on. All right. So you trying to get a new job or another job, that's definitely the right energy for you to be in. Also, we got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here, which lets me know that there is just some foolishness as it pertains to the job. Like, it's just foolishness. It's some foolishness. It's some like deceit. It's confusion type energy. Yeah, it's not it. That job is what, not it. Okay. And so the need to move forward, like the PTO issue and stuff like that, that's by proxy of the energy here with the job. They just playing games. But let's look into the work that you did. No, let me look into what the spirit has to say about you finding another job. Spirit should be able to find another job soon. Oh yeah, absolutely. You're gonna find a job soon. Another job, even within the next couple of months. We got the Nine of Pentacles here upright. We also have the Strength card here upright, which is all positive energies and confirmations. Nine of Pentacles is all about reaping the benefits or receiving results and rewards. Okay, and one that is self-sufficient. So not only will you be getting a new job, it'll be a new job that is it is a new job that is sustaining. Okay, let's see what the spirit has to say though about the working that you did. Spirit, could we clarify the working that was done? Yeah, I think again the hindering of the entryways. Got to clean those entryways, okay? Because I think that's sort of hindering the work. a little bit. So I would say cleanse the entryways and then relight the candle. Okay. So we can expedite that. But I also have a class on abundance work and prosperity work, which is promptly it's on my website, but also a root work consultation. Maybe something you're interested in, and we could sit down and we could really craft that thing. Okay. I thought the work was rushing because I wrote a date. No, there's nothing wrong with writing a date. No, 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 no. It's not. No, there's nothing wrong with that. You're clear. You're very clear. What do we want this? When do we want it now? Yeah, no, you didn't rush about putting a date. You're targeting the energy by putting a date. And that's good. Okay. Thank you, Marissa. All right. Ooh, honey, there's nobody is on the list after her. So, child, if y'all want to hop on the list, you better hop on the list. Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, is there a pivot in is there a pivot in the atmosphere? Is there a pivot? Oh. Mm. Hello. Angela says, I'm here. Hi, Angela. Angela, did you get on the list or something? Okay, we have Christina. Christina's on the list. Oh, I don't see you. I don't see anything that had came through. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't see. It didn't come through. Okay. All right. Here we go. We have Christina. Christina, you're on YouTube? Okay. Considering medical intervention. Okay. Let's look at this. Okay, Angela, it just came through now. Okay. I got you now, Angela. Okay, here we go, Christina. All right, divine source, divine spirit. Please connect me to Christina's energy. Okay. Spirit. Allow us to get some information here as it pertains to the medical intervention. Is this something that Christina should pursue? This is something Christina should pursue. So, Christina, by medical, you mean like surgical? I just want to get clear on that. Okay, got you. Surgical would not be the way for sure. Okay, surgical would not be the way. Um, yeah, I kind of feel like yeah, it's a risk, it's a huge risk, okay? And I feel like also the recovery process of that would not be the thing. Okay. I think you would end up taking longer to recover than you thought that you would. And also, I see some type of reaction here to um, the either the anesthesia or something like that, whatever medication they would use in the surgical process. Okay, let me look at the usage of medicine though, because it was really the surgical aspect that came up to me as a problem. Spirit, what do we have to say about the use of medicine for the intervention? Okay, so here's the thing with this. So, um, you can go the medicine route, and that is could work for you. Um, I feel though on a personal level, as far as achievement is concerned, the physical body is something that you haven't quite conquered yet. And I feel like that needs to be kind of like a personal goal where it's like you put in the work. You know what I'm saying? So you can get medicine to assist you with that. But I feel like for the overall vision of yourself, you putting in the work of the diet and the exercise and those different things would be more of a benefit to you in your growth in your achievement zone. Okay, so like it'll be something again that you're like, man, I can't believe that I did this and I put in the work. You know what I'm saying? So yes, we can look at medicinal options, but we really want to look at the lifestyle changes and getting your regimen and your routine, because you're gonna feel more encouraged and more empowered. Okay, if you go away where it is like, yeah, you're getting assistance, but you're the one that's really pushing and really doing the work. Okay, does that make sense, Christina? And you know what I also feel? I think it is a supreme rising. Hello, creator spirit traveler. How are you? Um, Health issues concern me. Life is good now and I want to enjoy it. Yeah, I see a view of you just, really exploring your body in the sense of like fitness wise, like, right? Like we've been doing a lot of work on the spiritual, but now we got to do the work on the physical, right? And so I think you will find it fun. Go create you a Pinterest board, of different recipes. Create you a Pinterest board of different at home exercises or different things. There's a woman who I follow who said, you know what, I'm gonna do 30 days of yoga. She did 30 days of yoga every day. Then she pushed herself and did 60. Now she's at like 280, day 280 of yoga. And she is flexible. The blood flow is great. She has lost weight, things like that. And so the thing is that let this be seen as like a new level for you, right? A new position for you, where it's like a new adventure, if you will, but all wellness centered. And by seeing your doctor, they can also give you tools to help actualize the benefits and the results that you want to see. Okay. Come on. That's it. Christina. Thank you. And I can't wait to see what you do with that. All right, Angela. Hi, Angela. What's the question, Angela? What are we looking into? I'll work on it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. No problem. Mm-hmm. 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 Hey, hey, hey. Okay, I'm looking for direction of movement, time, and area. Okay, so you're wanting to like relocate? And do you have some places that you're considering? So we can look into those spaces or places. Y'all better relocate. It's a spirit of relocation. And why are my dreams me driving 18-wheeler and sliding before destination? My God. Not that. Not the dreams are of you driving the 18-wheeler and sliding before you get there. Okay, Angela. Well, are you in the Patreon? Because I talked about this in a weekly reading. I say, and I quote, caution on the road. Caution, speeding, heavy traffic, car accident, traffic tickets, car troubles, and transportation delays. Pray and anoint your vehicle and pray a protection prayer over you and yours as you travel. There is an energy of vehicular or transportation disruption. Be mindful on the road. This week, get off your phone, focus. It could save you some money or your/someone else's life. Okay, so you need to pray over your stuff, cleanse your stuff, anoint your car. I mean your truck. Because this energy with the travel, it's been outrageous. Okay, let's see. All right, divine source, divine spirit. Please connect me to Angela's energy, please. Angela, I want you to order a root called High John the Conqueror. I want you to get a bag like this. These little bags. I want you to order High John the Conqueror root. I'll put in the comments. Hold on. I put in the comments for you. I want you to order those herbs, those curios, those herbs. And I want you to put in a sachet here. And I want you to write a prayer out for you, declaring that you're protected on the road. And I want you to put it in the sachet, and I want you to keep it in your truck. Okay? No, you don't have to order it from me. I have it. I can make it. Do you want me to make it for you and send it to you? Because I can do that. But we can chat about that. But you need to do that and have that in your truck. Okay? And anytime we're talking about work, we're talking about from a hoodoo space. Yeah, dog, my list is still open. We layer the work, and the work has different meaning. High John the Conqueror helps you to overcome obstacles, but also protects you while traveling. Eucalyptus helps to cut through negative energy, cut through any energy. It's like a cut and clearing, right? Cutting and clearing energy. Angelica root is protective, but it also creates a barrier of protection. We got Abre Camino, which is a road opener, right? So we're literally opening up the roads for you. Okay. So I will. Okay. Let me make a note. Let me see, Angela. Okay. I saw it come through. Making sure you did the right one. Ain't nothing wrong with checking. Okay. I just sent you an email. Okay. Because with all of this travel, energy, and problems going on, you having those dreams are definitely in alignment with that. So we want to make sure that you're covered as you travel. So I just sent you an email, okay? All right. So let's look into the places. So you were talking about Georgia, Columbia, South Carolina. Okay, so we talking about Georgia or South Carolina. Where do you live now? You live in North Carolina now? right, let's look. Let's look at each of the places. Let's look at Georgia. Spirit. Will Georgia be an appropriate place for Angela to move to? Georgia be an appropriate place for Angela. Oh, wow. So, yeah, we have Georgia as an option. That's actually a good option for you. Um, I want to give me 1 second. Let me just grab something real quick. You say what? Fort Mitchell, Alabama, outskirt. Oh, of Columbus. Oh, okay. Got you. Got you. Let me look again. All right. Fort Mitchell, Alabama. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me get very clear here because I know I asked where you were from or where you live now. So I want to be clear so I'm not confusing. You are you're looking at moving to a different part of Georgia or just put the I have a spirit of confusion. Clear me up. Because I know the comments are delayed and stuff like that. So I just want to make sure that I'm understanding in the order that you're saying it. So you're thinking about moving to Columbus. You said outskirts of Columbus, Georgia. So you want to move to the help. Somebody send help. Help me, Angela. Angela, help me. Help me. Ah. I got you, dog baby. Help me, Angela. There's a spirit of confusion. Oh, that rests upon mine head. Ah, help me. Rise up from among ye and help me. I'm like, what? So yeah, just clear it up for me so I know exactly. Because I think, if I'm understanding, different part of Georgia or Columbia, South Carolina, maybe Spartanburg, South Carolina. So we're looking at either Georgia or South Carolina. I think that's right. Are y'all tracking that in the YouTube comments? Does that sound like that's it? Because sometimes my mind be, and sometimes the order that these messages come in, it don't be right on my end. But is that tracking? Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. And where did Angela go? We don't see none of her comments now. Now I need her to comment. We don't see none of her comments. Okay, I'm just gonna look at. Okay, so we talked about different part of Georgia. Georgia can work. Um, Columbia, South Carolina. Okay, okay. Looking to leave Alabama. Okay, but I would love to move to Columbia, South Carolina, or Spartanburg. Got you. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Tracking. Ooh, hi, Melanin Goddess. How are you, Melanin Goddess? I was just talking about you the other day and about that story with the little boy and the car accident. How are you doing, my dear? Okay, so now let's look and see about Columbia, South Carolina. Spirit, what do you have to say about Columbia, South Carolina for Angela? Oh, yeah. Columbia, South Carolina for the win. All right. Start looking at Columbia first. We got the 10 of Cups upright. Okay, which is harmony, bliss, happiness, fulfillment. And we got the 3 of Pentacles upright, which means good teamwork, good collaboration. So that's a plus for sure. Let's look at Spartanburg. Spirit, what do we have to say about Spartanburg? It feels like Spartanburg would be a good place as well, but it kind of feels like, let me get clear on this. Spirit, clarify this a little bit more. Clarify this a little bit more. It's going to be Columbia for the win. It kind of feels like Spartanburg will take you through some changes. I think, yeah. Columbia. Go for Columbia, South Carolina. That is the place. Truly. Yeah. Columbia, South Carolina. That's where we want to go. Because it felt like Spartanburg would take you through some strong changes that I don't believe are quite necessary. Okay? So Columbia. That's the place. Colombia. Colombia. That is it. That is it. Colombia. Okay. All right, Angela. Thank you, Angela. Put your time in. Hold on 1 second, TikTok. All right. Hi, Astro. How are you doing today? I'm planning on transferring DC distribution centers with my job. Really? Oh, yeah, Angela, we need to talk. We need to do a talk and catch up so you can tell me more about that. It's good on your end. Have a great weekend. You have a great weekend too. Schedule more in depth because I need clarification. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Go ahead and do that. Okay, so let me go forth here with um divinely godness. Come on, divinely godness. Okay, doll baby, what's the question, boo? What's the question? Plan. Should I move to help? Uh oh. Who we moving to help? Should I move to help myself? Okay. And I also see and then portion after all day. Okay. Spirit, please connect me to Spirit. Let's go ahead and get information as to what is the current energy where it's at. Oh my God. My God. Dear God. Girl, we got the tower card upright. The tower card is literally about upheaval, disaster. Okay? Disaster. Okay? Definitely disaster. All right? So, yes, you should move. I see the Page of Cups in reverse. All right? With this Page of Cups in reverse, I see, yeah, blockage, frustration. We got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, misfortune, instability, rich. We also got the Eight of Swords upright, which is negative thoughts and self restriction, a lack of love. You don't ah, we're gonna have to move. Here, give me some clarity surrounding the move. Oh yeah. So another confirmation of the move. We got the Three of Wands upright. With so much excuse me, that's about moving forward, moving on, expanding. Okay. Um, yeah. Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot that's being held, you're holding back, or you're holding back yourself, or you're being held back. also have concerns here about folks that are in your environment, okay, who are not yeah, they're just not they're not well. Red tail hawks. Yes, the environment is trifling. Yeah. Oh, red tail hawks keep visiting you. Yeah. Well, hawks in particular. Anytime we have hawks and stuff showing up, um, they're coming to indicate that there are some things that we need to see, or some things that we're not seeing that they see. Okay. So when you start seeing hawks and stuff like that, it's some stuff that you need to see about the situation, or there's some things that you don't see that the spirit sees. Okay. Yeah, you need to go. Because when I pull here, like I said, on the move, we got the Four of Cups here, which is peace. Okay. Which is, contemplation, sitting with self. Okay. Yeah. We got the Hierophant here, which specifically talks about, in this instance, the society, like those that are around you, like getting a more structured environment. Okay. So, do you know? Are you thinking about moving? Like, listen, there's an energy of movement here. Okay, the people are ready to go. This is not the third person that's like, and do I need to move? I'm ready to move. Are you thinking about moving just within the city, or are you thinking about like moving, like relocating altogether? ATL or North Carolina. Let's read on those places. Come on, moving. Let's read on ATL. Spirit, what do we have to say about ATL? Let's say about ATL. Let's see about moving to ATL. Okay. So ATL is definitely they said ATL better get these Delta flights off. What happened with the Delta flights? So, I was just in Atlanta last month too. Baby, it's a mess. Oh, is it? With the Delta? My God. Well, girl, not when I rode, hold on, darling. When I was in Delta, I didn't have those problems. Oh, is this something that it happened recently? Well, oh, you got to give, okay, I got to go look at the story time so I can see what's happening. But I do see that I do see Atlanta being a place for you. It is an adjustment. Do you know a lot of people in Atlanta? Because I got the Hermit card here, which kind of makes me feel like there may be a feeling of just being to yourself. I say this because this gives me, I need a fresh start. So I would not advise you moving to anywhere where you know everybody or you know a whole bunch of people. Gives me a fresh start. Nobody, just me and my son. Okay, good. Yes. So, yeah. See, I just want you to make sure that even though you are moving for your wellness, I want you to to correct the mindset, because I see, of course, that you have been hurt and traumatized by the people that's in your environment. But what I want you to do is know that there's a blessing in being able to get out of a situation, right? There's a blessing in being able to move. Some folks are just in situations and they can't do anything about it, right? So there's a blessing in being able to hit the reset button, the restart button, to be able to put you and your son in a better, safer, you know, environment. You know what I'm saying? And so I would focus on the opportunity. And also too, I think believe that everybody is not the way folks have been. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is not, yeah, they're definitely not the way that folks have been. And sometimes we have people who betray us that, you know, they really end up hurting us because um and I also just say, separate from what I'm saying here, I see we got the Four of Swords in reverse, which speaks about a burnout and an exhaustion, which is why you need something new. Oh yeah, you said I'm tired. Yeah, you need a new, just a new environment so you can get you a new perspective. But I do see that when you move, we got the Nine of Cups upright, which lets me know that there's going to be a feeling of contentment, satisfaction, and then we got the Two of Cups upright, which also lets me know that you'll be able to connect with genuine people, okay, and have genuine relationships. You know, but yeah, we just have to understand that there's always more. And we have people in our lives that do us wrong, and we try to give them chance after chance after chance, going against what it is that we know to be true from the way that they show up and the way that they behave, you know. And so we have to course correct that within ourselves. But nonetheless, I sense a newness here when you move, and you having a chance to meet new people. And what I want you to do as well, when you do move and you are with yourself, remove from your vocabulary you being alone or you being isolated, because all that's negative. If the spirit has allowed and made a way for you to be removed from those that harm you, that is a great thing. It's a great thing. And sometimes we want people to be something that they were never meant to be, right? We want people to be family. We want people to be in it, to win it, long lasting relationships. But they were never meant to be that, because if they were meant to be that, they would be, you know? And the other thing is, I'll tell you this, suddenly, everybody suddenly started acting up. I need y'all to hear this, all right? Everybody in her family suddenly started to act up, do all types of crazy stuff to the point where they didn't want me to hear what you were saying from the audio went out. What I said was that some people, that's how you know. Come on, anti energy. Come on, anti energy. I'm also streaming on YouTube too, so you could go over there. Um, go over to my YouTube. Sunday my YouTube. That's it again, or if you want to watch the replay. If folks were supposed to be present, loving, caring, a part of our life, and all of that stuff, They would be. Sometimes that's not who they're supposed. That's not who they are. Um, we ignore red flags. We give people chances because we want them to be what it is that we think they okay. What I was trying to tell you was I had a client who her family suddenly started acting up. Her friends started being fake and everything. I mean, everybody to hear this. It got to the point where she also said, I have to move. So she moved out of her home. I need y'all to hear this. She moved out of her home, relocated altogether. The week after she moved, what the people did not know was that there was a gas leak under the house and the entire home blew up. In the middle of the night. It blew up. Why am I telling you? There's always something greater here than you realize. We're bummed out about the relationship. We're bummed out about this, about that. But you don't know that the spirit is trying to move you because there is something greater here that is going to happen that you need to be out of the way of. But she would not have moved. Come on here. She would not have moved if her family didn't start acting up, didn't start being weird. She would not have moved. And her children would have been on somebody's t-shirt in somebody's funeral home, in somebody's urn. So when I tell you there is a lot to be grateful for, and there is a lot that we need to sit back and trust that I can't see everything. I don't know everything. There's always more to know. There's always more. And I am willing to trust that the Spirit got a greater plan for me that is for my wellness. Now, I don't know what the current state of her relationship is with her family, but you could have been dead, girl. You know what I'm saying? And so I give that example to let y'all know that sometimes the uncomfortable things, sometimes the problem, sometimes the challenge, the conflict, the mess, the drama over and over again is actually a method that the universe is using to save your life. Okay? So hold that story in your heart. Okay? And know that the spirit is doing a great thing and is positioning you for better and for the relationships and the life that you deserve to have. Okay? Thank you, doll baby. Last but certainly not least on the list, or next on the list, I got Portia. Hi, Portia. Portia, what are we reading on, Portia? Come on, Christina. Right. You're welcome. You're so welcome, doll baby. I'm telling y'all, it's some stuff. And that's why I learned so much through my readings and through my sessions. Um, Look, somebody else on my timeline got into a car accident 4 hours ago. I'm telling y'all, go out to your car. Don't waste no time. Hey, Portia, don't waste no time. Go and pray over, speak over, put y'all protection sachets and things in your cars. Okay? Thank you. I appreciate you. Come on, that yellow is giving lighthouse. Ain't it? I feel like spirit is trying to tell me something, but I'm not catching it. I keep having dreams of my baby's father and his family. Okay. That's right. It's not easy, but it is worth it. Okay, we're going through a custody situation. Okay, got you. So, as we read today, what I want to decipher is two things. We want to acknowledge that there could be a physical and psychological cause for the dream, because you are going through that. The dreams, because that's what we're worried about. Sometimes the dreams can reflect that. Okay. But we're also going to look to see if there is and what is the spiritual implication of those dreams. Okay. And what the spirit is trying to tell you in those dreams. And I'm not saying that to discount or discredit whether or not these experiences are true in alignment. As your holistic interventionist, honey, I just have to talk about all the aspects of it. Okay? Spirit. Please connect me to Portia's energy. In particular, spirit. As it pertains to this custody situation. Messages sent. Spirit, can we please get clear about the messages sent? Oh, that shut me up. Certainly, this is spiritual. We got the high priestess, which comes up here at the bottom of the deck, about intuition, sacred knowledge. We got the Knight of Wands here with the Ace of Cups, with the Page of Swords. God is trying to tell you something. Baby, God is trying to tell you something right now. Right now. Okay, so for sure, it is a spiritual thing going on. Okay, spirit. So now that we're clear on that, now that we're clear that this is a spiritual happening that is taking place, spirit, please let me know, what is it that you are trying to show Portia through these dreams? What are you trying to show Portia through these dreams? What are you trying to show Portia through these dreams? What are you trying to show Portia through these dreams? What are you trying to show? Portia, Um, that you need to do. We literally have the justice card, which comes up in reverse, which is a clear indication to me. Um, Needs that there's some either unfair dealings or they're trying to do some underhanded things, some sneaky underhanded things. Okay. To the point where you may need to do some justice work to ensure that the custody case goes in the way um, that you need for it to go. Okay. That the custody situation goes in the way that you need for it to go. Spirit, can I get clarity here? Are they doing some sneaky underhanded stuff and trying to interrupt the custody situation? Yeah, they're trying to collaborate. Yeah, they're trying to collaborate or work with others to try to throw this situation. Spirit, expand upon this. What is the intentions of the baby father? My God. Yep, we got the magician card here, which shows up. Oh yeah, they're trying to manipulate this situation, Portia, because they are working with others. We literally got the three of pentacles, collaboration, two of cups. They're working with other people. And then we got the magician card here, which is an indication of the worker. Mm, okay. Portia. Portia, go to the link in the description. You can, or if you can, it's easier to click it on my Instagram, my TikTok, the link, and let's book a root work consultation. Okay, because it definitely is some. And this card here keeps coming up at the bottom of the deck, which is the Eight of Swords, which has to do with being bonded, imprisonment. Sometimes this speaks to us doing it to ourselves, but given the context, it's an indication um, that's what's going on. Yeah. So let's go ahead and book that ASAP. That way we can converse a little bit more. And if you want me to do it, or you can do it, either way, I will give you everything that you need in order to block this energy, overcome this energy, and push past it. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Come on, YT and Patreon. Yeah. Would you consider yourself um a miss? You know, yeah, I would. I would consider myself a mystic, certainly, because a mystic is someone that sort of seeks um to understand and express um like ultimate truths, right? That are beyond just the logic. I would too. I love that. Very jazzy. Come on, very jazzy. Yeah, I think I am a mystic. I've never quite used that language. Um, but yeah, I mean, I aim for I have a very customized experience with the source, with the spirit. Very customized. Um, yeah, I'm about that. A lot of my insight is intuitive insight. And when I tell you I undergo a personal transformation, seem like every other month. Truly, you approach spirit with a very high respect. I love that about you. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I think I do. Okay, so are we done with the readings for right now, y'all? Do y'all want to move into some conversation? Do y'all want to move into some spiritual talk, some spiritual conversation? Let me know if you want to send for a reading or you want a reading done. If not, we can go ahead and pivot. Because there's a pivot in the atmosphere. Oh, there's a pivot here. Okay. I think we just might pivot, y'all. I think we just might pivot. We just might pivot, y'all. Yeah. Yeah, because I wanna keep talking about the pivot. Oh, oh, there's a pivot. Oh, y'all. In my friend circle, I have this character that I do called Mother Haggy, and I always be sending them videos rebuking them as Mother Haggy. Mother Haggy is hilarious. Christina said, I just want to thank you for all of the support you've given me. You've really helped change my life. Christina, thank you, Christina. I appreciate you and I'm grateful. You know, this is again, folks like Christina. Okay, let me close this out. Hold on, let me close this. Energy nephew. No, good. I'm glad. I'm glad that I have an energy that is likable. Hold on, let me end this. Yeah. Folks like Christina really give me the oh, I was gonna use a word that I don't know. Hold on. Y'all ever had a word hop up in your spirit to use and you're like, ooh, I'm not sure about that word. Ah. Ah. You ever had a word hop up? You're like, I'm going to use this. And you're like, oh no. I was like, is that a word? Is that a word? So I'm not sure. So I'm going to say she encourages me. She encourages me to go forward. Because she does the word in a way like a trust of sorts. Thank you. Well, this is the thing that I have learned. Hi, Jeremiah. And guess what, Jeremiah? When I get off this live, be ready. Okay. I think because I'm really not here to play on anybody's top. I'm really not here to. I'm just not here to manipulate, get over, get ahead. And I also have come through a lot of systems and things already. So I've already made it and survived through a lot of different things spiritually. And you know, when I first started the lighthouse, I had a very clear through line, a very clear theme. And it actually was a scripture. The only one that I care about is John 1:5. And that scripture says, light shines in the darkness, and darkness does not overcome it. And that is what I use, and that's why it's the lighthouse. That's why I always say drop a light bulb, you know, as a reminder that your job and your role, your position is to shine, but you will be shining in darkness. There will be darkness. There will be negativity, but it is very important to know that the darkness has to hide. If you notice, when the light comes on, all of a sudden the dark things retreat to a shadow. You know, the dark things retreat into the shadow. And so it's important for us to know that light shines in the darkness. Darkness is not overcoming. I say that to say, as it pertains to why you may feel that you can trust me, is because I'm not here for the foolishness. I'm not here for the games. I'm grateful to have abilities, but I'm also righteous. As to say, I'm not going to be doing anything, teaching anything, supporting anything, despite what anybody says or do or what I know, that doesn't sit well in my soul. So when I see the children on here talking about hexing people, putting folks in things and messing them up, I don't support that. And some people may be my mutuals and things like that, but I just don't support that. That's not my thing. I think that a lot of times folks be trying to do harm to people. And I always say, if you're going to put them in the jar, put yourself in the jar with them. Because you wouldn't even have had the issue with the mother if you would have listened to the spirit in the first place. So you're wanting to hex somebody for a situation you put yourself in. How that work? And I also I've also learned that everybody is playing their role. Now, this is from my personal journey. What helped me get unmad with the people who have done me wrong, lied to me, betrayed me, confused me, abused me. What helped me to get unmad is that I today am darcellandre, holistic interventionist, spiritual teacher, divinatory seer. And I have been able to be a blessing to be a second chance, to be a new idea, to be a bridge for so many people because of the folks that did me wrong. I would not be on here today doing this type of work, making this type of content if the people did not offend me, hurt me, do me wrong, manipulate me, mistreat me. If that did not happen, if there were not bullets that flew through my window with the intention to unalive me, I would not be here. I could think about some of the worst times in my life. I was at my family home and people showed up to the home looking for someone who did not even live there. They showed up to my home looking for people that didn't even live there. And because I could not get in touch with these folks, these people decided that they were going to shoot up my home. As soon as they said that they're going to shoot up the home, I went to the back. My best friend was there with me. I went to the back of the house. I called 911. And while I was on the phone, they said, "Can you go down and see if the people are still outside?" I went down. Now, the best way to fully get a full view of the front yard and the side is to go to the bedroom at the end of the hall and look out that window. That's the logical thing. Come on, logic. Why the spirit surpasses understanding. I was gonna go that way because that is the logical thing to do. Instead, I heard something that said, "Stay right here. Stay right here." So here it is. I was standing in a place where I could not really see. I was standing in a place where I could not really see. And I looked and I could see in the window across the street. I couldn't see the yard, but I could see across the street. And when I looked, I saw a man walking, and he reached into his shorts and he pulled out a gun and he began to shoot at the home, at my home. Run upstairs. The 911 operator saw, I heard the shots. The police were there soon after. When we went down to see where the bullets hit, though the gun appeared to be aimed where I was standing, there was no bullets that hit that window or that door. The bullets went through the window of the bedroom. That would have been the logical place to go. When we walked down the hallway, the bullets went through the window and went into the hallway. When I walked, I could turn and look through it because the bullets came through the wall at exactly my height. and 3 bullets. One would have hit me in the temple, another would have hit me by the ear, and the other one would have went through my jaw. I would have been dead, either walking down the hallway or looking through the window. There would be no Darcellandre. There would be no readings. There would be no lighthouse. So when I show up to this space and I talk about the power of the Spirit, and I talk about living in a way that is still righteous, and I talk about the shit that matters and the shit that don't matter, it's because I'm coming from a place of direct experience. Come on, Mystic. I have a direct experience. And not only that, the day that happened, is my book in here? I think it's in the closet. I was working on a huge book where I said, I'm going to dive in more to my spiritual journey. I was writing about the chakras, taking notes, and creating the book. I had my meditation music on, everything. A fear thought would be, maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this, because as soon as I started doing this, here comes this happening. But here's the key, and here's the blessing, which is why you do have to travel through the darkness of the tunnel. You have to go through to get to the light, to the other side. The fear thought was, maybe I'm not supposed to do this. But the love-centered, power-filled thought was, there was something that was trying to stop me from doing this. And to the tune of over 1 million and some odd views across social media, 100,000 plus followers across social media, the countless emails and clients who have said that there's something that I was able to give them that has helped to change their life, that has helped to save their life, that has helped to pull them into a space of inspiration, that has helped to pull them and save their families and save their marriages and save their children. I see why. I see why that thing, that energy wanted to stop me. But the blessing is, if I am here today, if you live through a thing and can talk about it, that thing was never meant to kill you. It was meant to grow you. Because if you were supposed to die in it, you would have. If you were supposed to die in that, you would have. But if you can talk about it, it is supposed to grow you. It is a it's a function that is supposed to move you into another space. And if for just 1 second I would have believed my mind over my spirit, I would not be here. Which is why, and in that, there were things that I did logically and thought about with my mind that also saved me from the conflict. Which is why I teach from a holistic perspective, a balancing of the spirit and of the mental health. Because this is a lived experience. This ain't something that I downloaded. This ain't something that I've seen on YouTube. This isn't something that anyone had to teach me or tell me in real time. This is something that I have experienced, and I have come today to see that it is through the pursuit of that have I been able to help heal myself, heal others, and afford for me a lifestyle of security and emotional, spiritual, and mental safety, because I believe in what the Spirit was telling me. And guess what? In the way that the Spirit was telling me, not in the traditional way, not in the way that it's supposed to go. I dare to believe that there was a custom message that God had for me. And it is through the pursuit of the customized experience am I able to show up here today and do what I do. And that is that on that. So that's why when people come up to me or they comment, oh, you're going to hell. Oh, there's a devil there. There's a spirit. Oh, you don't know you're being deceived. I said, well, whatever spirit it was that saved my life, that told me to stand there, if that's what the devil is, if it's the devil that has allowed me to be a lighthouse to thousands of people, get me my horns. If that has been, if it has been a devil this whole time that has allowed me to connect people with their loved ones in times of mediumship, if it has been a devil that has helped me prevent people from being unalive because they thought they were with a partner that loved them, get me my horns and call me Lucy. Call me Lucy, if that is the case. Darcel, Lucy, Andre. I'm seeing that in my life. Without my experience, I couldn't help others. Lived experience is priceless. You could not do it. Hey, Lucy. Hey, call me Lucy, girl. So I don't get swayed by that. I don't get swayed by the people that come at me in that way, because was you there? You weren't there. And I want to be very clear that that is one of at least a dozen critical experiences where I have witnessed the spirit in my life. Not even, I'm not talking about what the spirit has revealed for other people. I'm talking about for me in this space of my spirituality and my spiritual being, in this non-biblical Christianized experience, where I'm like, oh, because what I have also realized is that we have a knack of categorizing things so much, that we have put God, source, spirit, the universe in a little bitty box. And we have believed that the spirit can only show up and express in these ways to these people. No, it's untrue. And so I'm grateful to know spirit from a space of inclusivity, from a space of expansion, from a space of optimism, because that's who I know and how I know the spirit to be. Angels are real. And well, you know, I just made a video talking about angels. Angel etymologically just means a messenger. So there are divine messengers. Your ancestors can be divine messengers, angels. People can be divine messengers, angels. Absolutely. And if you believe it in the biblical sense, then that too. But they're messengers. When people call you, I just need to tell you this, and it was something exactly what you wanted to hear. Do you believe in ascended masters? I've not really sat with that enough to truly give an answer. But if I were to just sit and think, are there people who lived who had such a destiny and a calling and a divine access that in the form of the spirit, they are powerful and they have a lot of energy connected to them? I do believe that. I do believe that. But I also, at the same time, Yeshua, Ganesh, and Masters. Thank you. I do also, but what I don't, and this is where, and I have my unique perspective. I don't believe in hierarchical things. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in this is above this, these people are above those people, this practice is above this, or there's an energy that is above. I believe that within God, spirit, source, whatever name, everything is in God. There is nothing that can exist that is outside of spirit or God. There's nothing that can exist, which is why I often use God and spirit interchangeably, because there's nothing that exists outside of God. If God is all, that's the period. So there's nothing that can exist out of everything. The opposite of all is nothing. The opposite of 100% is zero. That's it. So you could say, I believe that there are people who have emphasis in certain energy work that will make them better at that, but not even better. It's just that's what you do. I don't think that the poet is better than the dancer. This one does poetry and this one dances. Now, the only time that we have an issue is when the dancer is trying to do poetry, because that is not what the dancer innately does. The effectiveness of the poetry may not be of the impact of the poet, you know? So I really do, I reject a theology where there are greater than. Those who are part of the Patreon, I let them know from the get-go, I am not better than you. I'm not more tapped in than you. I'm not greater than you at all. As a leader, we learned this in kindergarten. A leader goes ahead. A leader does not stand on the head of the people in line. The leader says, I have gone here and I can let you know that this is a safe way to go. That's it. I'm not better than you. I can't talk to spirit more than you. I am not closer to the divine than you. No. I just know that within my realm and my ability, I am a seer. I have an ability of sight, and the spirit allows me to see things and help others through my sight. That's it. And so, in ways in which you may be deficient, I can fill that in. But guess what? There's several things that I can do. I am not an energy worker. I am not a Reiki practitioner. Okay, that's not my thing. So, guess what? Someone who is an energy worker, who lays hand, who's a Reiki practitioner, that's what I'm gonna go to them for. But there's no reason to compare my gift of sight or my ability of sight with the person who does energy work. There's nothing greater. We do two separate things. It's even biblical where in Corinthians 12, it talks about all parts. There are several parts of the body, but there are one part, there's only one body. And if the eye were to be a foot, where would the sight be? Okay. If we were all a foot, how would we be able to see? You understand? So everybody has their own unique thing. And so I don't subscribe to a hierarchy. I don't believe that there is anyone or any energy that is better than, greater than. And a lot of traditionalists, even in the practice of hoodoo and in African traditional religions, would very much so disagree with me and say that my head is full of rocks. And to that I say, so? So? And then I start to dip into the old version of me that's like, you're not going to swing nothing. Because I have my experience with the divine. And as I've told people before, I've told this story before, when I have had a one-on-one encounter with God, God showed up to me as a woman. God was definitely a feminine energy. And guess what? Everything that she said has yet to come back void. Everything that she said has yet to show up as a lie. And guess what? She was a woman, honey, and that's why you would hear me say the cosmic mother, the universal mother, because that's exactly what she is, and that's how she showed up to me. And guess what? She didn't ask me to worship. She didn't ask me to create anything I didn't have to do any of that. What she simply said to me was, the only thing that is wrong, and thus this is the only thing you must conquer in this life, is to balance the divine feminine, the divine masculine energy within yourself and within the world. Balance the divine being and the divine doing. That's it. That's all you got to do. Because if your being is in alignment with what you're doing, you are acting in your purpose. If your being energy is balanced, then your doing energy is balanced. She said that's the only thing that's wrong. We are in a society that is hyper masculine. That's the reason why we got the patriarchy. Okay? And the doing is not being. That is the reason why we have a decline, we have death, we have things that are passing away, things that are dying, because we're not concerned with the be. We, for some reason, believe that men are more powerful than women because they can overpower a woman physically and unalive a woman. Sad is the time that we believe that destruction is more powerful than creation. And so we have to balance out the energies within ourselves. The being how you be must be well, and what you do must be in alignment with how you be. But to be is to exist. And to believe that the feminine is less than or comes after the man is outrageous, because you have to exist before you can do. Come on, Astro. Yes, that's a tweetable moment. Sad is the time, because destruction begets nothing. There is no continuation. But instead, it must work in tandem with creation. Anytime there's a removal of something, there should be something else that is brought in. That's in life. You have a death and you have a life. A person dies, a new baby is born. You have that flow. And so that's the only thing that she said to me. That's the only thing I mean, not that's the only thing she said, but that was as it pertains to what is it that we have to do in this life. What is that God would have us do is to be well and do well. It is to live in your authentic self. It is not for you to absolve yourself of ego. And I know that's another popular thing, but here I come. I don't believe that. I think you need your identity. I think you need your individuality. I think so because you are a part of the body. Till this day, I cannot pray without that prayer intro you taught us last year. Tracy, what was the prayer intro? Remind me. Remind me, what was the prayer intro? I think that you need your identity. I'm not interested in the ego death. I think the ego must be matured. I think you must mature the ego. I don't think you're supposed to unalive the ego, end the ego, diminish the ego. No, you need to mature the ego. Because what will happen is you will be so selfless that you do not consider you at all. And that is not healthy. That's not wellness centered. And most certainly, you don't want to be so ego driven that you only consider self. It's about the balance. But exactly, the hand is not the foot, but it's still a part of the body. We need our feet and we need our hands and we need our ear and we need our spleen. We need the heart to do what the heart does. I don't need my heart to start talking because it thinks it needs to be a voice. No, I need my heart to beat and send the blood. Okay, I need it to be filtered. I need the liver to do the liver's job. I don't need the liver to start acting like a toenail. I need for my liver to filter my blood. Okay, so have a customized experience with the spirit. Be okay with saying that source shows it to me this way and not that way, and that's okay. And that we all don't have to be in this together in the key of High School Musical. We don't have to all be doing the same thing to be united. Even if you think about like the civil rights movement, you have the people who were the protesters. You have the people who were going to school, getting the education to be lawyers and teachers. You have the artists, right? You have the people who are making sure that the folks was fed. All right. You got the people who were giving the folks the water and the drinks while they was out there in protest. I ain't protest, but I could feed you, honey. Everybody has their role in this thing called life. I'm a director and an actor, right? So I always think about in references to shows. Every character is cast. Every character in that show has a role in the story. And we need those characters. We need those characters. And that's actually how I kind of view life in many ways. In spirit, I think that your soul is the soul, that is the identity, the spiritual identity. And I believe that in different lives, just depending on what is necessary, you can be cast in a role. And my role here in this life is Darcellandre, a bisexual, queer man, Black man who has the ability of sight. And I'm playing the role that comes with this life and this story. And when I am done with this role, I come from forth this role and enter into another play with a different story, honey. But the soul is still the soul. I still am who I am with my uniqueness and what I'm supposed to add to each story. Just like with a song. I don't need, there's certain voices that can sing the same song, but they will add a different thing to a song. Darcel, Lucy, Andre, come on. But you want to know the funny thing, and it's just the facts here. Y'all take it how you want to take it. But the funny thing is when Lucifer, simply means to illuminate. It means a light bringer. But that's a different conversation. We'll talk about that another time. Honey. That's another conversation. How about now? Okay, here you go. Well, y'all should know by now that I'm rebellious in my thinking, and I ask a lot of questions. In Western astrology, my moon and my rising is Pisces, which is very accurate. Uh, but in Vedic astrology, my moon and my rising is Aquarius. And so that's also very accurate because I'm ready to flip. I'm ready to bring it all down. That's why I don't engage in a lot of conversations when it's like men and women talking about what the role of men and women in their relationships. I'm like, if it's up to me, I would say tear the whole shit down, start again, start from scratch. Oh, this was the intro. Spirit, I come to you with the expression of gratitude and thankfulness for the cosmic mother, the divine masculine and feminine energies, my ancestors, my spirit team, and all the energies working for my highest good. Come on, Tracy. That's the intro. Thank you for all you do for and through me, and thank you for all you do and for and through those who are around me. Then I go to what I'm praying about. Wait a minute, you finna get me stirred up. Then you go into what I'm praying about. Come on. That's the intro. I did teach y'all that. I forgot about that. Come on, that's the intro. You got to call that thing in. We got to set the intentions right. So this is my thing. Like I said, I ask a lot of questions. So I got a lot of rebellious thoughts. I be sitting there reading when I was, in the depths of my biblications. I ask, I like to ask some questions. One of the questions that I ask is, because I know that karma is real, right? And I know for a fact that everybody working gets paid. Come on, T.S. Madison. Everybody working gets paid. That everybody has to deal with what it is that they did. People get by, but they don't get away. I know this to be true. My question would always be, then how could someone come and die for everybody's sins? That was always my question. I'm like, that doesn't add up for me. That don't quite add up for me. Because on a universal, this would be defying the laws of the universe. And I just don't agree with that. And I simply said, the only way that you could die from everyone's sins is if you caused them. If you caused it, then I could see why you could die for the sins. Because you caused. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Pause. Y'all know the weird confirmation? I just got a notification on YouTube that somebody commented underneath or responded to a comment I did on some video. And guess what the username was? It was Queen Lucifer. I'm screaming. Now, before we get further in this conversation, I don't need anybody thinking that I worship the devil. I call on Lucifer. I don't do any of that stuff. I think that's crazy. I don't do that. If that's what you do, that's what you do. Get somebody else to do that. That's it. Just feels like get somebody else to do that. I just want to be very clear. So don't take this and be like, does he talk? No, I do not. No, I come out of that devil, foul spirit loose. No, that is still very much in me. So the only way now I'm just putting it together. The only way that you could die for the sins is if you caused it, because that's the way karma works. So what would that mean? That these two would have to be the same energy. That's also why they're both called the star, the rising star. That's why they're the way that they sort of came into being is the same. You have this fall from heaven, coming from the heavens to the earth. And then then following that, I always was confused as to why Jesus was so shook about having to die physically. But you're the Christ. You know that you are here to do just that. That's why you agreed to come here, is it not? That's why you agreed to come here. So why are you begging? Say, is there any other way to do this? Why would you be begging and pleading? It says that he was pleading from his soul, was crying out, begging God if there's another way for him to do this without having to die. No. That's a possibility. But looking at it like you knew you knew what was going to happen. Astro. That's why they don't be wanting to talk to me, because I'm gonna bring it up. But so then, if that is the case, because even think about this, when Jesus was in the wilderness from the beginning, right? Because he was supposed to be up there in the great somewhere. And then when we talk about the story of Lucifer being the most beautiful, the most powerful, he was high regard in heaven. Why don't we, in that same story, talk about where Jesus was in the heavens? Why don't we ever talk about where he was? And so, with that being said, this would perhaps be the greatest redemption story that we have ever seen. Which is beautiful. Lucifer is the light bearer. Jesus is the light of the world. They both work closely with God. Because there's also a thing where when Jesus was in the desert and Lucifer or Satan was tempting him, but let's look at all the things that Jesus, let me see. Not the X-Files music. Let's look. Let's see. I want to talk about this desert because this was really pinnacle. He tempted him with power, all the kingdoms, and that he would be able to have all this power. And if you look at all the things that he was tempted with, don't that sound like all the stuff that Satan fell prey to? And how could you be tempted? Let me tell you something. I've never done crack ever in my life. So if you hold up a crack rock, that's not going to tempt me. The only way that I could be tempted by something if it is something that I got a predisposition to. And then I'm like, first they was in the desert, now they at the top of the mountain, now they in the temple. I said, is Satan transporting Jesus to these different places? No, because this is within him. This is him versus him. Which is why every time Satan would say something, Jesus would use scriptures like affirmations in the same way that we would when we would have a dominant negative thought that we need to defeat, and we affirm it. We fight against it with our affirmations. So Raymond versus Raymond. This is him. It's him versus him. That's you, bro. And that's the most, this, if we look, if that was the lens that it was taught, do you know this would be the most beautiful redemption story? Someone has come into the world and they have caused chaos, so discord among the people for generation. And now they have come to instead do the opposite of what they caused. Teach goodness. Teach people how to use their own ability. Teach peace. Teach kindness. And then essentially, because karma is karma and everybody got to pay for what they done, then you be the ultimate sacrifice and kill the flesh. That's what that sounds like to me. That would be an excellent story of you could break down and recover. Come on, Baptist Fit. You could break down and recover. You could have once been a person who sold discord, been a problem, and come back and change the landscape of the world. You can. You could have been a Satan and turned into a Jesus. You could. That would be a powerful story. I'm just saying. But when we ask these, wait, hold on. Tracy said, My mom told me Jesus was up there assisting Jehovah. She got mad when I asked why he needed help. The questions. Help. Exactly. He has myriads and myriads of angels, but Jesus got to be Cinderella or something. So I just think that it doesn't profit us. And then the other thing too is that nobody is reading these books right. We were not taught these books right. Were not any of these books, because the Bible is not the only ancient book. You have, first of all, does God need our tithes? Don't worry about it. Hey, listen, God got bills. We all got bills. We need the fullness. You got the Epic of Gilgamesh, 2100 BCE. You got the Babylonian creation myth, 1700 BCE. You got all of the Kemetic and Egyptian texts, which are way older than the Bible, 2400, 2300 BCE, and even older than that, especially because a lot of their writings were stored in artwork. You got the 42 laws of Ma'at to 2375 BCE. Child, you got the Book of the Dead. You got a lot of stuff that is old. But a lot of all these books, let me tell you, some books, scrolls, things, you got to know how the mystics wrote, and you got to know that they wrote in myths where the things are not supposed to be taken literally. It's just like parables. That's where that comes from. You're not really supposed to be thinking this actually happened. Okay? It doesn't profit you to think that actually happened, as opposed to looking at what the lessons are therein. That's it. So no, you shouldn't really be living your life based upon saying these are the rules. And I've always had it out. I had it out recently online with which why I shouldn't do that, but I did it with one of those men in fringe. Y'all know the men in fringe. I always talk about the men in fringe. They are the Hebrew Israelites. They always want to come on here and then it'd be 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Okay. They always want to come in here. They send it to their friends and they comment. They come in calling me feminine. They start quoting Deuteronomy scriptures and Judges scriptures and stuff from Romans. I said, as queer and as feminine and as sissified as y'all like to say that I am, I don't have a single thing that's fringe in my closet. I certainly don't have a single thing that is purple and fringe in my closet. I certainly don't have a single thing that is purple, fringe, and gold in my closet. So who is the real queer here? So I call them the men in fringe. They're the men in fringe. And they were like, I simply spoke about Moses and Moses coming in with these laws, right? And how clearly these are clearly the 42 laws of Ma'at. Moses could read the hieroglyphs. The Hebrew slaves could not. So of course Moses could come down from the mountain acting like this is something from God, because the Hebrews would not have known. the difference. Because they couldn't have read it on the walls. Only Moses could. Clock that. Moses is a con artist. Because to me, it gives very much so he was seeing all these people, all this power and everything that the pharaohs had, and you wanted to be your own pharaoh. So you come up here trying to lead these people, trying to act like this is original text, and it is not. That's why all the stuff that was coming about from the heavens was how to run the town, how to run the city, what y'all should do in these disputes. You're creating your own thing. And then you go on a colonizer quest and you're killing and unalive, whatever, TikTok, I said it, taking these people's stuff, pillaging these villages like a colonizers. The Israelites were colonizers. So y'all could back Israel if you want to. They were colonizers. Hello. They went in and said, God told us this was our land, and destroyed. The first thing they destroyed were the altars. Don't that sound colonizer-esque? The Portuguese going in and destroying the African altars, their ancestral altars. It's the spirit of a colonizer. Y'all went in and y'all said that God said this is our land. What? We've been on this land for thousands of years. And then you have scriptures where God said, unalive everybody, leave nothing living. That's what? So then when the people go in and say, God told me to commit this genocide, they have a biblical example where God approves such behavior. So, as I said, Moses gives con artists, okay, you want to be in power. So that's why when you, underneath your lens, the month was lost for 40 years. That sounds like an old Kemetic Egyptian curse. 40 years of confusion because you done ran off with my stuff. Y'all was lost in the desert for 40 years. My aunt put a root on you. Girl, y'all got a good old curse. Imagine being a baby, lost, and wait, and then by the time you get out, you 40. Ain't nobody said, maybe we should stop following this mother. No, nobody thought that. Maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, no, because he's crazy. Power obsessed. I was telling the people the 42 laws of I had made the argument. They said, well, Abraham was following the law. So this was the law that God gave Abraham. Oh, really? What year did Abraham, biblical Abraham, live? The estimated time frame is between circa 2000 BCE and 1500 BCE. When was the laws of Ma'at created? Between 2600 BCE and 2100. Boom, look, the earliest references to it. 2400. It's older than Abraham. Next. Con artists. And where are the women? Why we don't have the book of Mary? Did you know that there was a book of Mary? But a man named Eusebius, who was a part of the Roman Empire in the around the year 300, was going through all of these ancient texts while they were creating what was to be the Bible and the biblical canon, and was throwing out books that did not relate to the beliefs of the Romans in 300. Do y'all know what the Romans were? These Romans were persecuting, crucifying, beheading. Romans were enslaving people. They had the gladiatorial games. They were creating torture devices. They were doing public executions. If you lost in a battle, they would, when I tell you, I want us to know that the Romans were the moral code for the choosing of what books matter. Let's look at what their view of women was. There are several legal writings that you can read. The 12 Tables, the Gaius Institutes, Tactus, Annals, the letters of Lucilius. You can read all of that where they'll tell you how subordinate and how much they didn't care about women. And you will see that's why this text look how it look. Type, Lucy, type. There were, but I need y'all to understand, Eusebius threw out Eusebius, a prominent early Christian historian and bishop, is often mentioned in discussion of the formation of the Christian biblical text. He played a significant role in the process of determining which texts were considered suitable for the biblical canon and which were not. Let's look at his criteria. His criteria was whether the text was believed to have been written by an apostle or a close associate of an apostle. Again, where's he at to determine who these apostles were? Right, because nobody that put this Bible together was around when Jesus lived. Orthodoxy, whether the teachings in the text conform to the accepted beliefs and the doctrines of the church and of the Roman Empire, whether the text was widely used and accepted by Christian communities across different regions, and whether the text had been traditionally used in liturgy and teaching within the church. Again, through the lens of a Roman in the early 300s, that was the moral basis for what books, what things, and it was also in this period, do the Romans get their own book of the Bible? Now, isn't that rich? How y'all get your own book of the Bible? Called the Book of Romans. And it's also in this book that you learn about the salvation and how to be saved. In this book. Why we don't talk about needing to be saved in any other books? Could it have to do with the formation of hell by the Romans? Could it be that? Okay. But don't worry about it. Ultimately, we could go on and on. I could pull up scriptures where you can blatantly see where it was copy and pasted. You got the same scripture showing up in the same books of the Bible. You like, this is the same scripture. Y'all did a bad copy and paste job. You look at the account of what happened at the crucifixion from all the alleged apostles that was supposed to be there, and everybody got a different story. You got the book of Matthew that's supposed to be his account written in third person. But it's supposed to be your account. But wait a minute. But you should not tell me, one person tell me there was two angels. The next person tell me there was no angels. One person said it was one angel and two other people. Y'all all was supposed to be and see the same thing. Y'all was all in the room. Now, how y'all got these varying perspectives? Well, details tend to get messed up when you have dozens and dozens of people writing and not the people who was actually there writing, because the folks was dead and actually were not educated and could not write or read. How's in third person? I'm reading Matthew and it says, and then Jesus and disciples walked over to a man named Matthew. But you are Matthew. You supposed to be writing this. Child. Why would you be? So is somebody writing about you? And why Matthew? Then you read that none of the people that wrote Matthew, Mark, Luke, or you like these people didn't even, the writers of this never met G. Don't worry about it. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Why there these such these European ass names? Y'all got all of these thick names, and then here's Mark, here's Matthew, here's Luke, and here's John. Don't worry about it. That's like in school. I didn't exercise with a teacher whisper something in a student's ear. They had to pass it down to, come on, telephone. By the time it got to the last student, it was all mixed up. That's why I'm saying, like, we can go on and on about all the things. What matters is I want us all to get to a point we could read any text, any book of the Bible. We could literally read anything, and you be able to get the information necessary. You're able to get the lesson necessary. You're able to pull the essence from it and get what you need. That's it. Not you out here sleep, shaking and trembling your boots because you're waiting for the trumpets to sound outside and for God to come back, for Jesus to come back, and praying that your soul don't end up in the lake of fire that was figurative and allegorical anyways. There's even a scripture that said, in Galatians, it's literally written that the story of Abraham, Sarah, and Hagar is an allegory. It's literally in the text. Verse 24. Galatians. I'm literally like, okay, log me out. Galatians 4, 24. 24, let me see. Now, this may be interpreted allegorically. Y'all read it yourself. Go Galatians 4:24. It's in the text. Log me out. I'm reading it. Now, this may be interpreted allegorically. These women are two covenants. One is from the Mount Sinai bearing children for slavery. That's in the English Standard Version. Let me go because you know people say it's not really the King James Version. Which things are an allegory? What we want, the NIV version? These things are to be taken figuratively. Child, let me tell y'all something. Love and fear can't exist in the same place. Okay? So we got to remove the fear. Ain't nothing to be afraid of. Exactly. We should also be able to learn from each other instead of trying to force our beliefs onto each other. True. I can go and sit in a church service. Now, like I said, I may have to put my I put my flame resistant fabric on because that may go up. But I can go sit in the church and hear the music, listen to the sermon, listen to the word, and get something that can bless me, benefit me, give me some encouragement. Yes, you should. Because guess what? The principle still is everywhere that you are is exactly where you need to be. You should be able to go to a Buddhist temple, sit there and do the meditation and listen to the chanting and get something from that. You should be able to go and sit in indigenous ceremonies and get something from that. You should be able to go and experience everything and get something from that. It is the divine black principle of chew the meat, spit out the bones. You know. That's that. Now, how we go from the readings all the way over here to this? How do we go from the readings all the way over to this? Yes. Ooh. How did that happen? We get deep in the lighthouse, and we do. It was needed. You're right, Christina. It was needed because the people need to be free. We got to be free. And guess what? And I know all that I know, cosmic mother and all, and I still see the power of my Black church experience. I still see the power there in the Black church. I still see the power of the hymns because most of the hymns were talking about nature, which is African in spirituality. There's a storm over the ocean and it's moving its own way. If your soul ain't anchored in the spirit, it will surely drift away. You hear all these references to nature. Hey, Sabrina. Love it on you. Thank you. Honey, I'm giving banana. Banana. Okay. I'm giving banana. But I mean, it's all there. There and culturally, it's just such a reference to nature because the indigenous folks, the indigenous ancestors um saw God in the what was it? They saw God in the everywhere. God was everywhere. God was everywhere. There was nowhere that they could be, they could exist without a connection to God. God is all. God is in everything. So that's very African. It's all there. Should I email you about the clear thinking bath being shift? You don't have to because I got the. What I should do is email you because I have the tracking number. Let me email you the tracking number for that. Ooh. So I just want us to be able to have a wide experience with the divine. That's all. Come on, solar plexus energy. That's all. Okay, continue to grow and not be afraid to learn more, to expand more, and again to have a customized experience with the divine. That's the data on that. Let me tell y'all something. Those that are awaiting products, I have had to tussle. I have been tussling. When I tell you these people have been playing on my top shipments being returned back, I have been in the tussle. So I've had to shift from using them to experience God as all in all. Yes, I've had to shift from using my standard USPS to using UPS. So I've had to transition. It is a lot, but my prayer is all will be rectified. Not my prayer. What I know is that all should be rectified and on the right track this weekend because the stress has been real. But yes, to experience God as all in all. That's it. That's how we need to see. That's how we need to be. Y'all, I've been on here for almost 3 hours. Y'all, let me get up out of here so I can get some things done. Again, I hope that this conversation was something that was helpful. Did you learn something from this conversation? Did it encourage something from you to you from the readings today? If it uplifted you or helped you in any way, I am happy about that. Always a good lie. Good. I was affirmed. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Good. The one only darcellandre. I appreciate you. And if you want to book a session, and who is that? Back and forth. You stay going back and forth on this spiritual stuff. So you need to go ahead and book that one-on-one session, so you can just get some questions and things answered, some perspectives answered. Okay. I have a personal advice session. I have a spiritual coaching session. Book that so we could talk, because I know you're nervous. So let's just talk first. So book a personal advice session so we could just talk. Okay. So you can feel comfortable. And then after you wait 59 business days to process the conversation, then you'll feel comfortable enough getting a reading. Then we could do that. Okay. And that's okay. You need to take your time. Okay. It's been 59 business days and God ain't struck me down yet. So I think I can move ahead with the with the reading. Oh, y'all, I want some fried fish. I want some fish. Oh, I want some fried catfish. I would say book a personal reading. Book a personal reading. That could be a check back in if that's what you want. So I would say book that, or book a coaching session. So we could evaluate some of the experiences. Um, the growth lessons and things like that. But I'll say one of those. But you seem reading oriented, so I would say book the personal reading. Okay. All right, y'all. I love y'all from a light-filled place. Go forth, conquer, do the right thing. Remember, be well and do well. That is the least and the most you can do. Peace, everybody.